Our big story tonight, retail malls struggling amid the pandemic. Across America and even here in the Brazos Valley, many are going out of business. Tonight, our Hallie Jones finds out what that means for the local economy.
Scripture Haven, a locally owned and operated Christian bookstore, has been a tenant of the Post Oak Mall for nearly 40 years.
We've owned the store for 40 years, and we've been here 38 years of those 40 since we've had the store.
Throughout the decades, Linda and her husband have weathered the recessions of the 80s and 90s, even the financial crisis of 2008. But one of the hardest things they've faced is the global pandemic.
It's been tough, but we've maintained our presence here in the community.
The coronavirus pandemic has taken a toll on the entire retail industry. Post Oak Mall's largest anchor store, Macy's, announced this week they are closing their location as part of a larger plan with the department store, as they are closing 42 stores across the country this week and 125 stores in the next year. The loss of Macy's not positive news for the already hurting mall industry.
They're anchors, and they pull those people into the mall, and the little stores feed off of that traffic. So definitely when that goes away, then the shoppers go away.
About 60% of the department stores are suffering a lot. About 40 chain retailers last year declared bankruptcy, and we expect many more. And about anywhere between 11,000 to 25,000 stores, not just in malls, all over, were closed last year.
But malls' futures throughout the country are indicative of a broader trend we are seeing in physical stores with the rise of e-commerce.
By no means would I ever want to say that physical stores are going away or becoming less important. In fact, as digital and physical retail works together to serve a customer in ways that have really accelerated during the pandemic, but we're really already kind of heading that way before the pandemic, and then we'll continue on that path after the pandemic.
The United States has 5 times the retail square footage per person of any developed nation. Experts say the retail mall-based stores are struggling the most with the online shopping trends affecting the life of malls throughout the country.
We will probably need to shed, as a country, about 25% of the storefronts that we have or had pre-pandemic, and so some of that correction is already going on within the next few years. So we need fewer stores in light of how retail is evolving, and malls are probably the most profound example of that.
But that's not to say malls are completely dying or going away completely.
Malls will not go away. Malls will still be popular. We just have too many of them.
And for Scripture Haven, one of the longest tenants of Post Oak Mall, they currently have no plans of leaving.
It just gives us a little bit more visibility, possibly that we wouldn't have otherwise. And we're established now, and so we just think this is where we belong right now. One day at a time. I don't know what tomorrow brings, but one day at a time.
Reporting in College Station, Hallie Jones, 25 News.
Hallie, thank you. So let's take a closer look at how malls are doing across the U.S. Last year saw record online sales as the coronavirus forced many to do their holiday shopping virtually. According to a report by the analytics firm Placer.ai, foot traffic was down by half last year. Even Black Friday couldn't save in-person retail as it reported a decrease in sales over 52%. 2020 brought at least 40 major retailers like J.Crew and Neiman Marcus to declare bankruptcy, with over 11,000 stores announcing closures during the year.